Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks so much for stopping by today. Today I'm super excited to share a card I created using the new release from Visible Image Stamps. So they have a new release, which is their autumn release. These items are available for pre-sale right now on the Visible Image website. If you're not familiar, Visible Image is located in the UK. So if you're in the UK and you want to pre-order these, you can go to their website and pre-order them. For the States, I will probably link to scrapbook.com when those come in. So it'll be a little bit longer before I have the links up. But this is a new release. These are all of the stamps. They are awesome. And I absolutely love the stamp that I'm working with today. It's called Nuts About Squirrels. I just can't get over how cute this squirrel is. He is so adorable. And so I'm going to be using this along with a stencil called Mesh It Up. And this is from a previous release. So what I've done is I'm going to take a little bit of a golden, the brand is golden. It's regular gel in matte. So this is like a semi-transparent gel. And unfortunately, I am so sorry, I don't have any other video of me actually putting the stencil together because I had paused it to get my supplies and then I forgot to turn it back on. But basically what I did was I added a little bit of this red oxide Pixie sparkles, and then I also added some embossing powder that is kind of like a glittery embossing powder. It is from Stamping Up, but it is really old, and so I don't know if it's any longer available, but you know, if you had any holographic or any kind of sparkly or even glitter, you can add it to the paste. And then I just put that through the stencil, and I think it gives it a really pretty shine to that background. For the images, I'm going to be doing some alcohol marker coloring, and so I am using a piece of Hammermill paper, and I am using Memento Black ink, which is an alcohol-friendly ink. So I'm going to stamp up these images, and I'm going to stamp up several of the acorn bundles, and then lots of the little leaves and the single acorns. And I am going to use my Copic Chow markers. And I don't include a lot of alcohol marker coloring in my videos just because I have basic knowledge of it and I do the best that I can. And so I have just basically colored these images up. Some of these images are really awesome. Like the little acorns, they already have like the dark area darkened with the stamp. And so they look really super pretty, but that is partially because of the stamp and the way that the stamp was designed, which is just right up my alley because I don't do well with figuring out where the dark and the light source is. And then I went ahead and stamped up the sentiment that I'm going to use. And then I took 2 circle dies from my stash and made this kind of wreath circle. And so I'm going to be adding all of those little images to this circle piece. And I am using some 1/8 inch foam strips to wrap around this circle. These are actually from scrapbook.com. I absolutely love them. And then I didn't want to leave too much white space in the background, so I added a little bit of Lindy's Glittering Gold Magical Shakers. And so it's basically a powder that is activated with water. And so I just sprinkled that on my background and then spritzed it with my water bottle. And then I added a little bit of double-sided adhesive to the back of that panel, and I am adhering it to a card base. And then I'm going to just take that circle and figure out my orientation on the card and adhere that. And then I'm going to start taking all of my little pieces and adhering that to that circle piece. So I took the log, and all of the pieces that are inside of the circle have that same 1/8 inch foam so that they don't like cave in into the circle. And so they needed to be popped up as well. And so all of the pieces that are hanging over into the circle have a little bit of foam behind them, and then the portion that is adhered to the wreath has just some double-sided adhesive. And so I'm just going to take all of my little pieces and adhere them around the wreath, and then I'm going to go ahead and before I get the entire piece completed, I'm going to add that little squirrel. I was really close in adding, getting all of those pieces to fit around the circle because I did not measure it out before. I just stamped a bunch and kind of hoped that it fit, and luckily I made it work. And so I went ahead and I added the sentiment, and that finishes off the card. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This squirrel is so adorable. And I have a reel over on Instagram sharing the stamps as well as some upcoming projects that I have made with some of the other stamps in the release. So if you want to check that out, that is up. As always, if you liked this video or found it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and I hope you have a good one.